Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PartinG and TooDming on Dusk Towers. This is for their match in Nation Wars that wrapped up on the 3rd of January. And let's get right on into it. In the top side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Protoss player representing Yowie Flash Wolves. It is PartinG. He's also representing the nation of Korea. And in the bottom side of Dusk Towers, we have the red Zerg player representing Zenith of Origin. It is TooDming. And from China. Alright, so China versus Korea here today on Dusk Towers. Both players pretty darn good in their own right. I'd say that PartinG is probably favored here. Just because, again, the name is a little bit better well known. It says in his biography on... Here we go, back to our Zerg player. Biography on Liquipedia, it says he was among the last professional Brood War players from China. He also represented China in WCG 2009, so he's been around for a while. He has some good tricks up his sleeve. He's not just going to let PartinG run all over him, that's for sure. Hatch first play here in this PvZ, fairly standard stuff, and a Nexus first coming out from PartinG. We've seen this used to great effect from players such as Petit Drogo. In this particular matchup, it's been fairly effective. In my personal opinion, getting that extra Nexus out where the Zerg player is going for an early hatch, it basically means you don't have to worry about walling off necessarily that early. Not going to be a pull first build that could really ruin your day in this particular build, but instead, you just assume, yep, going a 3 hatch before anything else. Here is TooDming, and that's the response you have to do. The problem is you're pretty much doing this blind if you're TooDming, because at this point, you don't know what your Protoss opponent is doing. You know what PartinG is likely to do. But if he was going for kind of a one-base play here, this 3-hatch build would be instant suicide for TooDming. Now getting a spawning pool, still not really working on any gas. To defend against what's coming out, he's going to have to use Queens and Slow Lings for quite some time now. Double Gateway coming up and the Cybernetics Core. This build we've seen before. It's going to be a double Chrono Boosted Adept play here, using the second Nexus for that second Chrono Boost, and Adepts are going to find their way to the front door of TooDming before too long. Once again, just now starting his Extractor. He's not going to have enough gas to even start the upgrade for speed for his Lings for quite some time, or let alone get Roaches. So he's going to have to deal with this with Queen count. Queens can be pretty good against Adepts. Their DPS isn't very good, but it's hard for Adepts to kill them. So the only problem you really have to worry about here, as this probe gets some harassing in here, on these drones, which is kind of funny to see. Again, what you have to worry about is the Adepts ignoring your Queen and just pretty much stabbing away, two-shotting your drones into oblivion for, the next 2 minutes, which is never a good feeling at all. It is 27 to 27, or 24 rather, total Harvesters. PartinG is definitely in the lead on that one. Overlord spread looking pretty darn good as well for TooDming. And you know what? Actually, I am a total liar getting a Stalker and an Adept. Huh. So I guess the effect is going to be the same here. Stalker, Adept, friends for life. I guess he got the Stalker to shoo out the Overlord from his base. He didn't want the Overlord scouting what he was doing forever and ever. Amen. Replacement Overlord already on its way, though, buddy. He says, I got your back. I know you're going to die, but I will be there for you. So Adept heading on out using that Psionic Transfer ability. It looks like PartinG does have the Collector's Edition of Legacy of the Void with a fancy skin here on the Adept with the orange and the gray and the blue. Just so nice indeed. And here it comes. And once again, speed not on the way. A lair. What? TooDming not even getting speed, not getting Roaches, going for a lair at 3 minutes. What is that? What is he planning on doing with this? I don't see any extra gas. He has a single Harvester, or single Vespene Geyser being taken, and the Adept goes home. What? What is happening here? Why is he sending the Adepts home? PartinG, talk to me, man. Talk to me, Goose. Alright, playing defensive. I don't know what he saw to make him think there was a huge attack coming his way, because TooDming has nothing. He has 4 Slow Lings. He has, number of Queens, 3. He has some Creep Tumors. He now has 44 to 39 Harvesters, though. He's been droning like a boss. And it might pay off for him. Who knows? Alright, so the Queen here, ready to inject. Excellent timing there, as always. TooDming earning my respect here. About 300 APM throughout the whole game so far. 361 coming out for PartinG thus far in the match. 4 minutes in. And PartinG being surprisingly passive. Again, I don't know what spooked him. But at this point, it's 47 to 45 harvesters. TooDming really keeping up in that worker count, despite the fact that PartinG has had double chrono boost available to him. Overseer running around, seeing if there's anything to worry about back here. Not really seeing any higher tech except for the Twilight Council, which is absolutely getting Resonating Glaives upgrade, increasing the attack speed of the Adept by 45%, which helps them kill Lings and drones even that much more fast. Even that much faster? Grammatically, I think that much more fast makes sense, but it sounds terrible. Anyway, Overseer running around, sentries trying to chase it down. They can't really kill it. It can escape from them very easily, but roaches starting to come on the way. Hydralisk Den and Glial Reconstitution being researched by TooDming. Warp Prism coming on up. PartinG is also getting +1 attack. Injects are fantastic by TooDming. Look at this. This guy has been playing since Brood War, hasn't he? Just really having fundamentals of StarCraft down. I know injecting wasn't a thing in Brood War, but you get what I mean. He just knows how to do StarCraft. He has the soul. Lurker Den on the way. A 5-minute Lurker Den from TooDming. Getting +1 missile attack. Now finally getting metabolic boost. Can he do anything about this 3-base thing from PartinG? I don't know. A 4th hatchery on the way from PartinG. This is, I think, the biggest macro ZVP I've seen in a long time on my channel. Just no one has really bothered anybody else. They've really let themselves sit back and macro up to their heart's content. Getting Nexuses. Haha. Getting hatcheries, and just being happy with life. Overseer escaping with its life once again. Again, quick enough to escape. 2.62 move speed. Not going to win any races, but anyway. Forward pylon up here for PartinG. Hanging on out. Haven't seen anything warp in there quite yet. Could be used later on. Something to check for, guys, is units up here. Really sneaky. It's really close to your base as well. It's hard to see. Just send a Ling up here to check it out. And here comes an Adept Stalker Sentry army from PartinG. Can he make this work is the question. Oh man, Ravagers morphing in right at the front door. Double Spinecrawler as well. I think TooDming's going to be ready for this. A lot of Lings here. They don't quite have speed yet. Corrosive Bile chasing the army away. The Adepts running on in. They're going to try to split up this army, go after the workers. Oh no, nope, canceling. Never mind. They were just scouting on in. PartinG once again not liking what he's seeing here. The Lings you can't block. No, it doesn't block the Adepts from getting on up there. It just makes them tickle you as they run by. Lings running on in, and nope, they don't want to do a surround there. Maybe a counterattack, though. Would be good. Pick up some reinforcing units that are coming on down. Can't kill that Warp Prism, unfortunately, for them, but the army moving up to this 4th base. I think TooDming is just going to lose that 4th. He invested a little bit too heavily in defensive structures here. He does have Lurkers. They're not very good in defending things that are attacked across the other side there, and the 4th does end up falling. Nicely done by PartinG, not overextending. Not pushing up this ramp, but he didn't know what was going on, just killing the space, and then coming back to this position. Lings here, but there are 3 Zealots, 2 Cannons. That's real, and Zealots holding this line as well. Zergling counterattacks are not going to work, I don't think. Lurkers heading on up. The Observer sees exactly what's going on. The army coming up as well. Lings and Ravagers and Lurkers pushing up this way. A recall did get the army back home, so they're ready for this. The Lurkers burrowing on in. Spines trying to kill some stuff, but again, it just attacks where you are at the time and not where you're going to be. Lurker's not very good at leading here, losing 1 Lurker, but all 4 Lurkers are now burrowed. The Lings getting on top of everything. Photon Overcharge coming up, trying to trap the Lings inside, not doing a great job of it. Not the best force fields in the entire history of the world, but pretty good nonetheless. The Lurkers are in range of that pylon. Ravagers throwing up Corrosive Bile and actually hitting some Adepts as well. Photon Overcharge taking out 1 of the Ravagers. Orange blood coming up from their heads. Roaches heading on down, and because there are Adepts back in the main base, the Hydras and Roaches trying to deal with them, but Hydras are light. They take that extra damage from the Adepts. They have the increased attack speed. Hydras absolutely getting murdered here. Warp Prism going to town. 63 to 71 total harvesters now. And where are the Adepts? Back here, 11 drones have now died. PartinG. Woo! PartinG taking control of this game in a big way. Roaches and Hydras should be able to clean this up. The Hydras in the back with the Roaches tanking the actual damage. Pushing up farther here. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down on these pylons, trying to kill them. Triple Photon Overcharge, though, again, forcing TooDming back. Adepts here now in this base. Holy shamoly, not good at all. 29 probes have been killed. PartinG's not even bothering. Yes, he is. Kind of focusing down at workers, kind of doing other stuff as well. Going to push on up. The Lings going to go after cannons. Purification Nova comes in, kills 3 Ravagers all at once. The Lurkers, however, spining everything in sight, taking out a pylon, getting big hits on everything in that particular area. Corrosive Bile might be able to take that Mothership core. I don't know. Slowly sieging up here. with the lurkers. 28 workers remain for TooDming if he needs to kill this space to stay in this game. He does. Mothership Core does end up falling, but there's a Colossus on the front lines, and Purification Nova killing those roaches as well. Hydra's trying to kill stuff. Lurker spread pretty darn good, forcing everybody back into this corner for PartinG. And the Lurker siege continues. Trying to spine down this space. Again, if TooDming gets this space, he's going to be in a good spot. Purification Nova comes in, doesn't kill anything at all. Does weaken the Lurker, does take 2 shots from Nova to kill that Lurker. And the Nexus ends up falling. The roaches move on in, trying to kill as many of these workers as they can. And Nova killing a bunch of those roaches as well, though. The Adepts on the low ground trying to stand on in here. Stalker as well doesn't make it back home. And the third base has been completely destroyed here. Meanwhile, another drop back here with Adepts. Did kill more and more of these workers. And 29 to 53 total Harvesters. 3 base to 2 base right now. TooDming making drones to replace the ones that he lost. I think maybe having a few Corruptors might not be a bad idea. The Lurkers, oh no, getting chased down by these Blink Stalkers. Can't attack while they're unburrowed. Roaches and Hydras trying to chase them away as an Overseer ends up falling as well. Blinking forward, killing another Lurker. PartinG being so annoying in this area. And super effective as well. Roaches and Hydras heading back to the creep. Injects happening as well. Hasn't really taken another base since losing this 4th, which seems like a problem as the Nexus has been replanted by PartinG. A lot of Disruptors here. And again, to deal with Disruptors, you need Vipers. Vipers are a good answer. A bunch of Lings as well. Not bad either. I don't see TooDming doing either of those things. He's just trying to drone up. He is trying to get another hatch somewhere. Ah, this one. He ended up losing this one to the Adepts as well. Good gravy. That harassment was insane. Lings doing a quick run by of those Stalkers, trying to see what's going on. PartinG taking yet another base there. And yes, TooDming is in trouble. It's 44 to 53 total Harvesters. It's 2 base, rather. 2 mining bases to essentially 4 for PartinG. This Nexus has completed. It is fully mining. It is fully operational. Ling might get a drone or a probe kill if it's lucky. But nope. Not its lucky day. Just kind of setting up a contain here. PartinG says, you can't take this base. I'm not going to let you take this base either. And why not just poke it and see what's going on? There are Lurkers. There are Spines. Ooh, actually losing a Stalker there a little bit carelessly was PartinG, but he's going to be all right. Army value for Protoss is 2,000, or for Zerg rather, 2,000 minerals, 950 gas, 3,000 minerals, and 1,700 gas for the Protoss player. Boop. Resources lost tab, 10,000 minerals, 2,400 gas, 10,000 minerals, 2,700 gas, fairly even, but that 50 drone loss number there is just brutal. It is absolutely killer for TooDming right now. Ling's getting a full surround on these Blink Stalkers. No, blinking on out. The Disruptors don't want to be here alone. Purification Nova might actually hit more of his units than anything else, but good actually splitting there. Making sure that doesn't happen. The Ling's now just running for their lives from these Blink Stalkers, trying to make sure there's not a base up here. There's not, you guys, but again, you know there's one over here, so I'm not sure what exactly you're thinking. But he's buying some time. These Stalkers and the Disruptors are forced to chase these Lings around. Meanwhile, back at home, he can establish bases. He's establishing one here. What exploded there? Warp Prism? That sounded like an Adept kill. Were there Adepts in there? Or not Adept, a Zealot kill. Huh. Anyway, Ling's running on up and going to try to do a quick counterattack. There is a single cannon here, but it's not quite finished yet. Photon overcharge on the way, though. All those Lings are forced to run for their lives. More units warping in to deal with these Ling run-bys. They might actually end up getting this cannon, and they do kill the cannon. And a few workers as well, actually paralyzing PartinG as he's trying to get up here and kill some stuff. But Roaches, nope, sorry Roaches, not sure where you're going, but you're all dead now. Roaches, Hydras, Lurkers. Purification Nova is a great answer here, killing a Lurker and a couple Roaches. I think there was a Ravager mixed in there as well. Changeling comes in, double Purification Nova. Oh, actually missing at the last second. They're trying to kill these Disruptors and doing a pretty good job of it, killing all but 2 of them, but losing most of his army in the process. PartinG pushing on up. Nova's in the back, waiting for their cooldowns to come on up before they can attack once again. It's main Stalker. You don't want to attack into these Lurkers, though. Yeah, they blink on out of there. Another Lurker morphing on in. Will it get here in time is the question. PartinG applying a lot of pressure here. Purification Nova coming on in, not hitting much of anything there either. Queens forced to fight for their lives. Individual roaches trying to kill stuff as well. Lurker count not very high. There are 3 on the ground. 2 more morphing in, bringing to a total of 5. Stalker is killing another Hydralisk there. And this base is going to fall once again. PartinG just essentially starving out the Zerg player right now. 47 to 51, and that's it. A GG from Whaletail, also known as TooDming. PartinG's victorious, and TooDming has left the game. Yeah, just a masterful play there by PartinG. That early, I couldn't say early harass, but not really. The kind of mid-game. The mid-game harass there with the Adepts was just massive. Again, he killed 54 workers, killed a hatchery. Did lose a Nexus of his own, but was able to do enough damage back in the Zerg base to take the win. So well played there by PartinG. I hope you enjoyed the game today. I know that I did. But as always, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.